Hey guys, Baka here, back with another grind video. I know it's been a long time since I last made a video, and I'm sorry I disappeared right out of the blue, but yeah. I plan to make some more videos this year. I've been casually playing. I just decided to take a year casual break, but since this new year started, I've been coming back and playing a lot more Maple. I've been consistently farming again, and as you can see here, I wanted to make a video on Odium since I never had a video out with Urda Shower, and I'm getting some pretty crazy rates here. So I wanted to share with you guys. I got some tips and tricks as well, and everything should be timestamped below, so feel free to skip around to get what you need from the video. I waited till after the haste event that just passed to show off more accurate off-event rates. I also decided to record a more casual type of grind, so it's a lot more accurate. In this video, I farmed around 730 kills per minute, but if you do use my tips and tricks and constantly watch your grind and want like the best possible rates, you can push upwards to 770 to 790 kills per minute. Anyways, feel free to comment below if I missed anything, or if you got other things that might help other fellow Adeles, that would really help as well. Alright, let's get right to the grind. By the way, this isn't a meso grind showcase. Even though I am a meso grinder and it's the only way I really gain power still, I'm currently revamping my inner ability. So I lost some meso percent, but yeah, 670 billion EXP out of the 117 trillion EXP required to level up at level 285 is equivalent to 0.568% EXP per hour. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Alright, let's start off with some tips and tricks. Let's start off with some positioning here. I'm gonna just tell you how I position in my rotations here at gate 2. So first off, placing your Rain of Destruction here. I would usually stand a little bit left of this rope. This lets you kill basically this entire 2-plat, even on Frenzy. These wolves right here have an extremely big hitbox, so we're just utilizing that hitbox, leaning towards the left side to clip them and killing most of this platform here. And usually when I go to play shower, I'll drop a rune just drop down, place a rune, and then I move over here. I stand about one step left of this rope as well, trying to utilize the edge of the hitbox to hit the edge of these guys here and hit a little bit of these guys here, so our cleaves will not reach. And then while that's going off, you'll just up jump, and usually when you up jump here, you will like be in this position right there. That cleave will kill these 2 platforms. So then you'll look right, and then when you're looking right over here, you're gonna do a down jump, and the moment you use your jump key, press cleave, and this will hit the 3 plats right here while you're down jumping. Do one more cleave, look left, cleave, up jump, cleave, in that same exact position, and then you're just gonna repeat that. And that's how you do this little like clockwise jump cleaving. Next up is cooldown management. I have a certain way that I like to rotate my skills. So usually for Rain of Destruction, I basically use it whenever, but I do like to save things like Bloom and Noble Summons for when this is down. So the moment this goes down here, you're basically at a position where you'll kill a little bit less. So you want to use your skills here while it's down. So usually I gather and then Bloom, and I separate those 2 cooldowns because they are both pretty good at clearing. You can also like gather just while you're cleaving. It doesn't actually take any cast time as well. And then I basically will use these 3 skills here. So Infinity Blade, Legacy Restoration, and Storm. I never have them up at the same time. I prefer to split them and separate them apart. But whenever one of them is up and available to use, I will try to use it, but separate the cooldown. And same goes for the Will skill and the Saren skill. So basically place this down, and then whenever this is down, you're going to be using your like lower cooldown skills such as Bloom and Gather. And then when your Urda Shower is ready to be placed, the cooldown for Ruin matches it, so you can drop this Ruin here, move over here, and then drop your Shower here while it's killing. And here's a really cool thing. This is a really small thing that I do use, but it is kind of try hard. It's watching the spawn. So when I place the Urda Shower, I'll be moving left. So I'll be moving left like this. When you see enemies respawn, you can do a cleave to match. I call it like timing the skill here. When you do a cleave, the moment they respawn, it just times you perfectly to the point where you cleave, you Shardbreaker, and it should kill 2 waves of enemies. And it's something that is really small, but it does help you like reposition yourself and kill 1 more wave of enemy without having to like try to fit in the cleaves and stuff. Oh, and one side note that I forgot to add for positioning is when you position your Urda Shower here, you'll notice that you'll be killing here for about 1 minute. There should be a lot of Meso bags right under you. So what I like to do is I do a down jump and then a forward jump. This will put you right here. Then you can just jump left. This will help you collect all the money that's been on the floor. This is with a vac pet as well. Otherwise, if you don't have a vac pet, I'm kind of spoiled by it, so I can't really give tips on that. But basically, you should just go out of your way to collect majority of your mesos if you are here for the mesos. Otherwise, it's not too much of a difference. If anything, I recommend you just grind for an extra 5 minutes and it'll make up for anything you lack. Like, trust me on this one, it's a really good tip. Grind for 5 extra minutes on a rune. Just do it. It's huge. All right, and I think, like, I guess as a final note, when you're training, power is important, but it's not all about like one tapping with your blades. I believe an Adele can farm at basically near max efficient rates, even with 3-tap blades. But I do have little tips and tricks on like how to like power up. First off, guild skills, weave these bad boys right here. They have a 30-minute duration. You just weave these two. So when this one is on cooldown, you pop this one and vice versa. That'll give you enough power to usually handle like most mobbing areas if you have like the correct amount of like sacred force. And next up, I really like to weave certain buffs here. So I either do, I always do Divine Wrath, and I usually just pair it with Infinity Blade, but I'll usually pop like Grandness Blessing with it. And let's say Grandness Blessing on cooldown, I'll usually pop Divine Wrath, Conversion, and Impenetrable Skin with Infinity Blade, because Infinity Blade has more range, but it is actually weaker than your own like average blades. And by buffing up, it'll balance your Infinity Blade with your actual blades, and during that time you should have like the highest kill rates. And if you're still like lacking power, you can still pop like green and red. I really like to do that. Gil Blessing and Echo is also really good to pop. And I highly recommend when you're farming, you basically should be farming at the highest map you can farm at, where your Urda Shower is gonna one tap. Make sure your Urda Shower is one tapping at like basically your weakest point. So whenever your buffs are down and stuff like that, you want to make sure your Urda Shower is one tapping. You can also, like, anything that's 100% uptime, just imagine that is technically your weakest point. So if you do need your Resonance Rush to, like, those 2 stacks to one tap, you can still consider that as part of your weakest position. I highly recommend to keep those stacks up if it's changing up how you kill. Yeah, that's basically it for my grinds. If you guys have any questions or any tips that I didn't mention, feel free to comment down below. I love learning new things from my class, even though I have thousands of hours of gameplay and grinding and bossing. I'm always learning things from everyone, and I'm willing to share what I know as well. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe. I plan to make some more small content mostly related to Adele, bossing, and showing my progression as a Mesa grinder. Happy mapling, y'all.